Good day, you're watching N24 TV News and I am Sukaija Yusi. Thank you for joining us. In the news this week, in the Gambia, Gambians react on the sudden interruption of power supply by NAWEC. President Adama Barrow drives along the Sting Corner Highway. TRRC postponed its report twice. Aspirant President Banki to legalize marijuana. These and more stories coming ahead your way. As NAWEC announces the interruption of commercial services, this means that there will be no selling of gas power from Saturday 23rd to Monday 25th of October 2021. Gambians said the announcement is late and will affect people's livelihood. To many, 70% of Gambians live from hand to mouth. N24 went out to seek people's opinion regarding this issue.
As NAWEC announces the interruption of commercial services from Saturday 23rd October to Monday 25th of October 2021, N24 deemed it necessary to seek people's opinion regarding the issue. A lady talked about the difficulties this will bring to her, and a lot of people are yet to know what's happening.
If we don't have electricity for days, everything you have in your refrigerator will spoil. NAWEC should just wait because people are yet to know what's happening.
Blessing, a young electrician, also explained the challenges they will face due to this.
Electrician to repair things.
You guys repair things. What do you use? Current, electricity, or what?
Yes, we use electricity.
So it means you guys have to buy gas power every day?
Yes.
So NAWEC said there will be no gas power starting from Saturday to Monday. What difficulties is it going to give you people?
It's going to give us big difficulties because if we don't have cash power, we're not able to work. And we are going to lose many works.
Many customers?
Yes.
Okay. So it means you have to have enough money to buy gas power within these 3 days, right?
Yes.
Will you be able to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Haruna also said a lot of people in the Gambia depend on electricity, and the issue of not having gas power for 3 days will bring difficulties to some people.
A lot of people depend on electricity for their livelihood. If such should happen, a lot of people will suffer.
According to the release made by NAWEC, they have a new system to install, and for that to happen, they have to off the old system in order to come live with the new system, and that will take them 2 to 3 days to install the new system. According to them, this new system will improve the work of NAWEC, but it will also help the customers know how much they are consuming in electricity. N24 went out to seek people's opinion on the issue, and a lot of them said this will bring difficulties to their life. Reporting for N24 News, I am Ami Fadera.
The President of the Republic of the Gambia, President Adama Barrow, is seen in a video driving with only a person in the vehicle. According to the President, he is more comfortable driving before he became a president. Let's take a look at this video.
Limo dégg nga ma Sting Corner dañuy liggéey. Daane nag fii lu ma ne gën nga dawal trop ah.
Yow xam nga dama yàggoon di dawal. Ba tey soo ma seetee nii man sax xam naa ne confortable noonu nu ma meloon foofu sax.
Mais man fii lu bokk nag. Waaw fii lu bokk. Because bokk nag ci kii bi base bi. Bi gis naa ne yoon moo comfortable.
Xam nga parce que nit ñaa ngi bari foofu.
Waaw te yaa ngi sonn tamit. Waaw I know. Waaw over concentration boobu soo ko amee xam nga.
ponkal la moom. ala kali lu mu bu es la ko jënd.
Ah.
Ko na mu bu es la.
Ah, du second hand.
Déedéet.
Oh, okay.
Mu bu es la.
Ah. Dëkk yëpp la dëkk cosaan yëpp. Ah. Ñëw.
Mana bul block traffic bi waay. Mënu ko gom sax. Mënu ko bul block traffic bi.
Mais li nga gëm dina ko wax dina ko wax Fala ba loolu jël ko.
Okay, history la.
Président mo ngi koy toog.
Aguñ ci film bi nag.
Beneen Johnson.
Man ñu continuer.
Ci nekk Johnson.
Waaw ñu dem ñoom dinañu toog am na bu nekk ci ginnaaw. ñu ne continuer demal continuer.
Am na ko nekk ni. Mo tay ko fa ni.
Non ñun mënoon nañ dem moom.
The TRRC report and recommendations have been postponed twice in the year. This has made the members of the civil society organization and victims of human rights violations on a Never Again Solidarity March to remind the government that victims need to get justice. Our reporter Ami Fadera has the rest of that story.
As Gambians wait on the TRRC's report and recommendations, victims, their families, and members of the civil society organizations on Saturday did a Never Again Solidarity March. The event, which started at the Serekunda Post Office, ended at the Youth Monument at Westfield. Speaking on the event, Lamin Fati, coordinator of Child Protection Alliance, said the day was not just to celebrate, but also to make sure that the report of the TRRC will hold perpetrators accountable. He also added that apart from getting justice, children of victims also need support from government.
It's a day not to celebrate, it's a day to raise that voice of accountability as part of the civil society organization platform to make sure at the end of the day we hold the duty bearer into account, to make sure at the end of the day this doesn't just be a mere report coming from a commission, but a report that must be able to try to address the wrongs of the past. Children are either directly or indirectly affected by the brutality in this country. Obviously, we call that these children must also receive justice. Justice in the sense that is, well, what had happened to their parents must be able to be looked into, right? And also, too, it's not only prosecution. For me, it should go beyond the element of prosecuting perpetrators. But what remedial support do we have for these children? How do we make sure that these children move on with their lives with support coming from government?
Fatou Mane, a victim, said they need justice because they have been suffering for 22 years.
Dañ wara am justice. Ndik so déggé justice, lu metti mo am. Té liñu dal dafa metti.
We should get justice, and if people talk about justice, it's because something painful has happened. And what happened to us is painful. For 22 years, we have been walking with blood on our feet. We thank all those who came to show solidarity with us.
Madi Jobate, a human rights activist, said in the past many people faced violations without knowing why. According to him, the attitude showed by Barrow since 2017 is making people doubt whether he will give attention to the TRRC's report.
As you know, in the past, many people faced violations. They don't know why they were arrested, why they were tortured, who tortured them, and so on. So by just knowing that itself provides reconciliation, not to talk about if you go further, where the perpetrator accepts his or her role in that violation and prepared to reconcile with the victim. But also to ensure that that perpetrator faces justice, because there are certain violations, crimes, for which anyone who commits them should face the course of law. Election is coming, and the concern we have of that It's simply because the attitude Barrow has demonstrated since 2017 is the reason why some of us doubt if he will give adequate attention to the Truth Commission report.
Serif Kijera of Center for Victims of Human Rights Violation and John Charles Njai, chairman of Tango, both in their statements highlighted the numerous human rights violations faced by victims and the need for them to get justice as soon as possible, as the event was to show solidarity with victims and also to ensure that the Never Again slogan becomes a national philosophy to consolidate democracy, respect for rule of law and good governance. Reporting for N24 News, I am Ami Fadera.
Independent presidential aspirant Bankole Yao Ahadzi on Friday spoke again about the need to legalize marijuana in the country, harping on its economic benefits, job creation and investment opportunities. Our Keisane has the rest of that story.
Speaking at his first political rally at Bugazon on Friday, independent presidential candidate Banki spoke at length his development agenda from a creative crowd who turned out to show support to the Watu TJ presidential candidate. Speaking on his presidential aspiration, Banki said he has met independent candidates and also other political party candidates who think his manifesto shares similar things with their party and can form a possible coalition to improve the economy and living standard of the Gambians.
The problem of Gambia is the feeding, because it's very expensive and there is no security in the country. The hospitals have no medicine, there is not enough electricity too, and taps are always closed. And the roads are not good too. All those things are problems because of money. I am the doctor for the Gambia and will tell you the illness of the Gambia. And the illness is money. And I know what can cure the illness. Legalize marijuana. I have asked the farmers that cultivate groundnut and they buy groundnut, and they said Gambia, 90,000 of tons of groundnut is cultivated here in the Gambia for 1 year. If Gambians can cultivate that, 10,000 tons of cannabis can be cultivated here, and if we cultivate that, we will have the income that this country has never got since it has gained its independence up to date. $40 billion is not a joke. Government is employing 50,000 people, including the teachers, soldiers, police, the people working under the ministries.
Also speaking about the legalization of marijuana, the politician said 90,000 tons of groundnut is cultivated in the Gambia for a year, and if Gambians can cultivate that, then 10,000 tons of cannabis can be cultivated in the Gambia to boost our economy.
How many people that are farmers do come from the rural area to the urban area? Because we are importing our foodstuffs. Even if we are going to cultivate it here, it is going to be expensive if we are importing it, because who is controlling your feeding will control you.
Banki Forest stated that Jinaki in Nyome is a hotspot for marijuana cultivation in the Gambia. Should be the capital of Gambia because they are the only Gambian village that have the courage to cultivate marijuana in the Gambia.
Jinak should be the capital of the Gambia because they are the only ones who have the courage to legalize cannabis when it is not illegal. Now let them go and ask the people of Jinak how many crimes are there. I went to Jinak and I didn't see that there. I have gone to Jinak and saw them boiling cannabis and drinking it.
I am Awoke Sane reporting for N24 News.
Child Protection Alliance calls for strict actions amid fire outbreak which led to the death of 6 children at Bilal Boarding School for chronic memorization in Yarambamba, Old Yundum. Let's take a look at this press release.
Child Protection Alliance (CPA) calls for strict actions amid a fire outbreak which led to the death of 6 children at Abu Bilal Boarding School for Quranic memorization in Yaramamba, Old Jindum. The fire was believed to have started around 2 a.m. on Sunday, 17 October 2021. 18 children were said to be in the room at the time of the incident. 5 of the victims were found dead in the room during rescue operations, while 6 others were severely injured. 6 children were rescued according to teachers at the facility. One of the injured was pronounced dead at the Edward Francis Moore Teaching Hospital on Monday, 18 October 2021. 3 others remain in critical conditions at the Edward Francis Moore Teaching Hospital, whilst 2 others are responding to treatment at the Sarakunda General Hospital. Details about the cause of the fire are still scanty. The head of the school is currently helping police with investigations. It must be noted that in February this year, CPA National Coordinator spearheaded an unannounced monitoring visit at the boarding facility with the Director of Children Affairs as a result of reported cases of child abuse through the application of severe forms of punishment and the poor accommodation and sanitary facilities. After the visit, concrete recommendations were made to that effect, which were geared towards improving the accommodation, sanitary and electrical facilities to avoid such incidents in this case. Therefore, we consider the incident as total negligence from the management of the boarding facility. To this end, CPA demands the immediate closure of the boarding facility whilst thorough investigation into the matter continues. The authorities are urged to take strict actions to deter reoccurrence of such incidents. We equally demand that the Directorate of Children Affairs act in accordance with the Section 199 of the Children's Act, which mandated the Director to inspect child care facilities at least every 6 months, with the power to suspend operations of such facilities where they fail short of meeting the minimum standards. This includes all Quranic memorization centers, orphanages, and care homes across the country. Meanwhile, parents are urged to frequent such facilities to check the conditions of their children. They must not relent in ensuring the safety and well-being of their children while pursuing any form of education. The Child Protection Alliance wants to reiterate that it is the responsibility of every person to report any incident of child rights violations to the appropriate authorities. All cases of child abuse or gender-based violence could be reported through the free toll number 199 or 1313. Reporting for N24 News, I am Ami Fadera.
And that was all we have for you in today's news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Until then, this is N24 TV.